What's up, guys? It's Brian. I'm bringing it to you live in front of this bracket I won at a LAN tournament here in Michigan for Call of Duty. And I know I probably look lame as hell with this microphone, but my audio sucks. I just wanted to give you a little director's note before we get into this layup commentary. And if you don't want to hear me talk for a minute and a half, I'm going to put a little link down in the description that starts the video, wherever it starts at. And so I just wanted to say it's been like 2 weeks I've been working on this layup commentary. There's been a lot of audio and video problems trying to sync it up. There's a lot of math involved. I had to restart like 3 or 4 times. So sorry about the wait. It's been like, I don't know, a month and a half. So that's my fault. You live and you learn. So the next one's going to be a lot faster. I figured out what I did wrong. One of the things that I wanted to address, though, is that when I record for a long period of time, I think it took me like 50 minutes to record this whole layup commentary, is that I get a lot of dropped frames. So you're going to see that throughout this video. It messes with the audio, so I have to cut out the video. So hopefully that doesn't bug you too much. But the main message of this video is to get down your hop steps, get down your floaters, and work on the L trigger with the post players. If there's anything that you want me to address further in this video, it was really hard to try to put something together perfectly for you guys, but I think I did an all right job. If you have any questions or you want me to address anything further, just leave something in the comments and I'll get to it as fast as possible, either in another video or by replying to you guys. So without further ado, let that started, and I hope you enjoy it. Welcome to the Ultimate Online Guide for NBA 2K12. This is the Layup Edition. My name is Ryan, but a lot more people know me as Shookya. So the first thing you might be noticing is, wow, Shookya, you have some beautiful hands. You should probably be a hand model. And yes, they are huge, but hopefully you'll still be able to see the controller as I try to illustrate these different layups for you. I'm not going to be covering every different type of layup in the game, which is what I wanted to do originally. But I'm just going to cover the ones that are most important to me, the ones that I use in each game that I play. So the first thing I want to address is the fact that I always like to finish layups with my right hand in this game, or my dominant hand in this game, especially with less skilled players than Kobe, because they seem to miss or get swatted when I'm using players like Ron Artest, when they're using their left hand or whatever. So with that being said, let's get started. We'll tackle the most important layups that I do with my guards first, and then we'll move on to the layups and post moves that I like to do with my forwards and centers next. So the first thing that I want you guys to understand is the most important one, which is the hop step. Now the way you do a hop step is you put your right stick with your left trigger held in to either the left side or the right side of the basket, but your left trigger has to be held in. So on a fast break, this is what it's going to look like. Remember that you want to start it, you want to press it just when you step inside the top of the key, or the top of the circle, not at the top of the key because that's the top of the three-point line, but the top of the circle is when you want to start your hop step, so you don't like hit the bottom of the backboard or the rim with the shot. So what you want to do is you want to come down, and right when you pass the top of the circle, you're going to hold down the left trigger, and if you want to finish with your dominant hand, you're going to go to the right, with Kobe anyway, or whatever your player's dominant hand is. So you're going to hold down the left trigger, push right on the stick, and you're going to go into an animation, but before that animation stops, you want to let go of the stick and then hold it again to the right. It seems complicated, but you'll get the hang of it if you practice. So this is what it looks like full court style. Top of the key, hop, do a fake, and up. You'll always get someone jumping with that. So let's move over to the left side. Okay, so now we're on the left side of the court, and if we want to finish with our dominant hand, which is our right, we're going to come down the court and hop step at the top of the circle over to the right side, exactly the same way we did it the first time. And we're going to hold down the left trigger, push it to the right, wait till that animation starts, but don't finish it, let go of the stick, and then finish with the right stick again. So let's see what it looks like. There's a little pump fake step through, and that's pretty much unstoppable. Okay, so for this hop step, it's like you're getting an outlet pass and you're running up the sideline. This is definitely the one time that you want to use your less dominant hand or your left hand for Kobe, because you do a really stupid animation if you use it on the right side. So with this one, you're going to hold down the left trigger and you're going to push to the left, but it's going to be down to the left because you're coming at an angle. So it's going to be down this way a little bit more, away from the A, X, B, and Y buttons. So let's see what that looks like. Run in like this, down left trigger, hop step, get them up in the air, and either finish with a dunk or a layup. Okay, so in this hop step, it's just like you're getting an outlet pass, but on the opposite side. And as the same thing, you want to do it across court. The hop step, you want to do it across the court. So you're going to do it like you normally did with the first two. You're going to go to the right. So you're going to go across the court when you hit the elbow. And you're going to press right, or it's going to be down a little bit on the right stick with the left trigger held in. So let's do that. Left trigger, down, there's your hop step, and your step through, which will get them up in the air, and it'll be a basket every time. So let's go on to what's next. These next couple hop steps come in the half court, and you want to be sure that you initiate the hop step before you cross the paint. You don't want to be in the purple when you do it, or you'll hit the bottom of the backboard. So when you get by your man and you're coming down the middle of the lane from this right side, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to hold down the right trigger, keep it on the right stick, and you'll do a large hop step, and you want to make sure that you don't finish the layup. You want to stop and do that pump fake to either make them follow you, or you can go underneath them if they jump past you. So let's see what that looks like. Top of the key, hop, up, and finish. It'll either be a dunk or it'll be a step through, depending on how early your jump is. So let's move on to the other side. Alright, so it's pretty much the exact same on this side. You know, beat your man, go down the middle of the lane, just make sure that you press the right stick and the left trigger early enough so you don't put yourself underneath the basket. So let's see what that looks like. Come down the middle, hop step right about here, do your pump fake, basket, or foul every time. Alright, so this hop step is an isolation hop step, and it's done by driving baseline. So what you want to do with this one is you want to make sure it's perpendicular. So perpendicular to the basket would be almost straight up with holding the left trigger. That's when you come in. And you want to make sure you do it soon enough so that you don't get stuck underneath the basket. So let's drive, push up on the right stick, and hold the left trigger. And let's do our pump fake up and under. Hop step, up, and under. Sometimes he'll sometimes do a little post move like that, or he'll go up and under and straight in the defender's face for a layup. On to the other side. Alright, so we're on the left side now, and what you want to do is keep it perpendicular. So what you want to do is push probably down and to the right when you drive baseline on the right side, and you make sure that you start it early enough so you don't jump all the way underneath the right side, or underneath the basket when you hop step. So let's drive baseline, do your hop step, your pump fake, and jump in for a dunk, layup, or a foul. Now onto the floaters. There are a lot of different floaters in this game, so make sure you know who has a good floater animation on your team by testing it out in practice. One thing I like about Kobe's floater is that when he's dribbling with his left hand and he goes into the animation, he sidesteps away from the defender to the right. So watch for that. The way you do a floater in this game is you hold the left trigger and you push away from the basket on the right stick. So if I'm coming straight on, I'm going to push straight down with the right stick, and I'm going to hold the left trigger. So let's see what that looks like. And watch for that right step, or that side step to the right. There's that little side step off the glass, and that's really useful. You think it'll get swatted, but it'll go in every time. So this is finishing on the left side with the floater. Kobe Bryant's floater on the left side is a little bit awkward since it's like a running jump shot. So you want to stay on the right side of the court as much as possible when using the floater with him, because this one's really easy to swat. Let's see what it looks like. This one you're just going to come down on the left side of the lane, and you're going to do exactly the same thing, but it'll do with the left side animation. So let's see what that one looks like. That one's extremely hard to hit even without defense, but it's good if there's a guy like right down here on this block, or if there's a guy trailing you from behind. It's definitely a floater that you could use on the fast break. Those are the only two real layups I use in my game. The spin layups are completely unstoppable, and I don't use them because of that. I rarely use any simple layups because of how easily they can be swatted in this game. And then lastly, the Euro step is extremely situational, and it isn't as useful as the hop step because you can't pump fake with it. So you can either get stuck in the player or you'll get swatted. So I just don't use it. So that pretty much wraps with the guard play, so let's move on to Pau Gasol here. and I'll show you how to use some of his post moves and his layup tricks. So the first thing you want to understand is that when you catch a pass or you're moving towards the basket, you want to shoot the ball up right away. You don't want to go into a stupid drop step or ridiculous layup animation by using the right stick or the right trigger. Just hold the X button and it will put you into the fastest possible shot. You will miss out on a lot of opportunities if you don't know when to use the right stick or when to use the X button. Same thing goes for both triggers. I try to stay away from the right trigger when using my big men unless their stamina is all the way full, because if it is and I'm under the basket, I can normally do 1 or 2 pump fakes and get an easy standing dunk or a foul. That's definitely one thing I want you to understand, is to use the X button as much as possible if you have rusted big man, because their standing dunk is a lot easier to control when you're using the X button and the right stick or the right trigger compared to using the right stick. I don't really even use the right stick with my big men. I just use the X button. It just gives me the fastest shot possible or a standing dunk. On the fast break, your big men are easy baskets waiting to happen. Pau Gasol runs really hard up the court when we get a rebound or after a made basket. He is my first option on the fast break if his man scored and is slow to get back. The hop step with the forwards and the centers is almost impossible to stop, especially with the pump fake and the step through. So just like we did in the beginning, this is what a hop step looks like with a big man. Big sweeping shot and an easy uncontested basket, because guards are normally the first to get back. So let's see what's next. Now let's move on to post play. The L trigger is the single most important thing to mess around with when trying to get a basket with your post players. So mess around with that in practice mode and see what it does. It controls the shimmy, the hop shot, and the drop step shot. So just mess around with that. But as far as my go-to move, I like to do a small little semicircle and either add a pump fake or just go straight up with it. So it looks like this. When I get out of this little setup shot with the post move, I'm going to hold towards the paint and down to the left where I am right now, and I'll dribble out of it into a little semicircle, and I'm going to go up, and that'll get me off the back of the defender and give me an easy basket as well. So let's see what that looks like. Occasionally I'll use the right trigger too. So there's a little bank shot. So let's do some variations of that. So just remember to always use your pump fakes. The next thing you can do off of that is a fake running hook and get a couple defenders to bite on it and then score an easy layup. The only thing that you have to be careful of is that when you start this animation, you have to give yourself a good angle to finish the move. So we're going to roll like we did last time, so we're going to hold down L towards the paint, and we're going to roll around that little half circle underneath the basket, but we're going to stop right before we shot that running fade, running hook, and we're going to let the defenders go by, and then we're going to finish after that. So let's try this. Up, step back, and layup. Alright, so let's see what's next. Lastly are the little hook shots I like to shoot when it's just one-on-one down low and I'm in the paint. They are very effective when the computer is playing defense on you because of how easily they will jump if you pump fake it. But normally they go in anytime anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop step towards the baseline and go up. So I'm going to probably not straight towards the baseline, but maybe up diagonally to the right, away from it, and then finish going the same way with the right stick. That pretty much wraps up this video. Next time I'll throw together a little commentary where I'm playing the Heat or the Thunder. But until then, subscribe for more. And if there's any layups that you want me to cover or anything that you want me to go into more detail with, just post it in the comment and I'll make a little update to this video and try to help you guys understand a little bit more. So hopefully everything was able to be seen with my hands and everything. But I hope it helped, and I'll talk to you guys soon.